Welcome. Systems check. System all clear. Initiating startup protocol. Welcome trivia and crypto degenerates. Access granted. Enjoy the descent into this immersive game of knowledge.
All right, perfect. We're good to go. We're live. Welcome everybody, as always, to Trivia Vice. So what do we got tonight, Dan? We're doing some general knowledge, I believe.
Yeah, so Kyle did the first you did the first round and I did everything else actually today. So we did a little differently, but yeah, we got some good ones. We got I didn't put them any in particular order this time. So last Monday we did, each round had a specific focus. This one was kind of all over the place.
Yep.
So yeah, it's gonna be a fun one.
It's gonna be pretty awesome. And then the exciting thing too is we may potentially on Wednesday we may have a beta version of the app that we can kind of show everybody live. We're hoping to get the early version of it tomorrow. So anybody that wasn't here on Wednesday, basically, Dan and I are actually moving Trivia Vice off from YouTube, and we have our own app that's being created right now. So we'll have an app and a website, and it's gonna be pretty cool. We're going to be able to have play to earn. So you guys will be able to, winners will be able to make money on it and everything, which will be really exciting. So a lot of really cool stuff that's coming down the pipeline, which should be launching very, very soon. So we're, fingers crossed, we're supposed to have an early version of the app tomorrow that we can kind of make changes to and stuff like that, but we'll at least have access to it so that we can show it off a little bit.
Yeah. Tease it to some people. So let's get into it. Let's do it. Let's do this thing.
Let's see.
So we have two different bonuses tonight. Mid-round bonus because I love doing them, and then we have after the fifth round. I didn't put it before the fifth this time because it's just confusing. We always forget what round we're on. I feel like when we do that. So,
all right, let's start that.
Got my paper
and share it. There we go. We should be good. Let's see.
Beautiful. Did you want to start off round one, Kyle?
Yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah, so we'll keep you guys posted about the app. As it gets closer and closer, we'll let you guys know. So, but yeah, if we have something to show you Wednesday, we'll definitely give you a little sneak.
Make sure to follow our social media stuff, guys, too. There's a link in the description because we're putting a ton of announcements on that. So, All right, number one, name the Huey Lewis song. Lyrics are, I've been phoning night and morning. I heard you say, tell him I'm not home. Now you're confessing, but I'm still guessing. I've been your fool for so long. Is it Stuck With You, Power of Love, If This Is It, or Doing It All for My Baby?
Man, you didn't say it quite like Huey says it.
Oh, well, I couldn't because I would have given it away. I will say this is my favorite Huey song.
Okay, this is probably number 2 for me. Maybe number 3.
Such a catchy song,
dude. All of his songs are catchy.
Oh, they all are. I mean, they all are. And I don't think a single person got this right.
Oh no,
a lot of people going with Power of Love, which is Evelyn got it. Somebody did. Okay,
looks like Evelyn and Brian got it.
Okay. Brian's answer just came in.
Man, I just love Huey Lewis.
Yeah. It's a great song. Power of Love's probably their best known because it was Back to the Future. But yeah, If This Is It is a great song. All right. Number 2. What year did Full House premiere? The TV show Full House. Was it 1990, 1989, 1988, or 1987?
So I actually got this wrong.
I would have gotten it wrong too. When I came up with the question, I thought it was 88.
Correct. I thought so too, but you're right. It did premiere in 1987. It was the fall of 87.
Yep.
And I didn't think about that. Was when you think of, you're like, oh, it was 88 when it, and it went on but that's like, okay, Full House went on for 8 seasons, so that would make sense.
Yep.
In the way it went, and it ended in 95. But yeah, because I was going through all your questions for round 1, and I didn't want to answer them. But yeah, I did not know this one. That was a tough one.
Got a lot of people on that one too, man. I'm starting off hard. No training wheels tonight.
Nope.
Bringing the heat right away. All right, number 3. What NFL franchise has the highest winning percentage of all time? Is it the Ravens, the Patriots, the Packers, or the Cowboys? So 3 out of these 4 are the top 3. One of them is not. But who is the winningest, or who has the highest winning percentage?
So I would have gotten this one wrong too, only because I would have gone. Honestly, I wouldn't have gone with the Patriots. I wouldn't have gone with the Pats. I would have gone with the Cowboys, only because they were so dominant in the '90s. But
yep,
it is.
I had to put it in there. I had to put the Packers in there. So it is the Packers. Them and the Bills are my favorite teams. But yeah, the Packers, if you're looking for most consistent, they're probably the most consistent. They don't have the most Super Bowls, but they're probably the most consistent overall longevity wise. Ironically, the lowest out of all of them is actually the Patriots.
Right.
Because, I mean, they were successful, but they weren't that successful up until about 20 years ago.
Right.
All right, number 4, Colonel Sanders is famous for founding KFC. What was his actual first name? Harold, Harmon, Harland, or Harland?
So I did know this one only because this is our grandfather's name. And the only 2 people, not that I knew Colonel Sanders, the only person I ever knew, the only 2 people I knew with the name Harland were Colonel Sanders and our grandpa.
Yep.
So kind of random fact, but yeah, Harland.
I figured I'd get a few people with all the names being so similar, but I think most people, it looks like, got that one. So something I want to point out too on the last question about the NFL teams. Do you know what? Do you have a guess what the Packers' overall winning percentage is, like all time?
God, it's probably got to be like 65, 70%.
57.
Really?
That's how much parity there is in pro sports.
That's pretty awesome, though.
Yeah, they only have a 57% winning percentage. All right, so I know Dan's going to know this one. All right, Tobey Maguire almost didn't reprise his role as Spider-Man in Spider-Man 2. What actor was set to replace him? Matt Damon, Leo DiCaprio, Jake Gyllenhaal, or Ben Affleck?
So this one's... Oh, go ahead.
So Tobey Maguire went right from the original Spider-Man and filmed, I think it was Seabiscuit, right?
Yeah, and he
filmed back. Seabiscuit, hurt his back during that.
Yep.
Used that. There's speculation that he was using that as a ploy to get more money for Spider-Man 2. Yes. I don't think it's ever been confirmed, but he basically his agent was pushing the studio for more money for him to reprise the role. And they actually started filming a few days with Jake Gyllenhaal before Tobey Maguire actually came back and reprised the role.
Which, it's funny because it would have, it wouldn't have worked.
No, it definitely wouldn't have.
I love Jake Gyllenhaal, but it's Tobey Maguire's.
It's funny because Entourage actually did a spoof of that with Aquaman, with Vince getting replaced by Jake Gyllenhaal, and it was around the same time as Spider-Man 2 and everything. But I always thought that was really interesting.
All right, so those who do not know,
for
those uninitiated, what happens is the top 3 people per round place. So this was a tough one. No one cleared the board with all 5 right. We had Brian, Jackpot Jeffrey, and Megan with 3 apiece, and Brian with 4. So they all get 1 point. So Brian, I'm just going to put Jackpot and Megan.
Look at that. I told you we were going to have more people tonight, too. I knew it because the Monday night game tonight doesn't have any meaning. I'm telling you, I'm convinced garbage. Monday Night Football, it depends on who's playing, because right now, the Browns, I think, are eliminated, and the Patriots might have, or the Steelers might have a really, really slight chance.
But... So you got this right here. This is how you know we're starting to get places with YouTube. We're getting spam. I'm going to block that. There we go. Get out of my chat.
At least it's a little better spam than last time.
Yeah, we were getting some sketchy stuff going on. All right.
Oh, yeah.
Round 2. This is where my questions begin. Now I'm curious. Curious how people do. That was a tough round. I would have gotten 2 of those wrong for sure. So
the only one I didn't know, like as I was doing it, the only one I had to look up was the Full House one. I would have gotten that wrong. I thought it was 88.
I would have bet money. All right, question number 1. What era did the novel The Great Gatsby take place? Is it in the 30s, the 20s, the 10s, or the 1890s?
Oh, man. It's been a long time.
Kyle, come on.
We read it in
Kyle.
high school. We watched the movie in high school. I have not seen the newer Great Gatsby, like ever since it came out. The one, I don't know, like 10 years ago when it came out. But if I remember right, I think it's the 20s.
Yeah, so Great Gatsby is synonymous with the Roaring 20s. A lot of new fake money, if you will. They call it new money, but it's a lot of fake money. People like Jay Gatsby made their money on illegal activities, if you will. And hence at the end of the decade, it all comes crashing down for a lot of people. Looks like actually everyone got that. So Kennedy says she really liked the new movie. I gotta watch it. I still haven't. And I love Tobey Maguire and I love Leonardo DiCaprio, and I still haven't watched the movie. And I love the book. I've read it 3 times. All right, question number 2. Which company offered the first credit card? The Visa, MasterCard, Bank of America, American Express. Any guesses, Kyle? Do you know? So
I'm trying to think. I think it's American Express, and the reason I think it is from actually watching Company Man's video.
Correct. So American Express was the first company to offer a true credit card, because Bank of America actually was first, but theirs was more of actually a diner club card. It was not a credit card. So Bank of America actually was all one word, Bank of America card, which then merged into Visa, actually turned into Visa in the 60s. MasterCard was late to the game. They were in the 80s, I believe, when they came about. So American Express, which is kind of, I think, the smallest of the
they're so selective about like who they bring in and everything. It's I think American Express is almost more of like a status symbol.
Yeah.
Guys, if you haven't, check out Company Man on YouTube. He covers like all sorts of different like companies and histories of them and stuff. It's really interesting.
It is very interesting. All right, question number 3. What city does Starbucks originate? Spokane, Seattle, Sacramento, or Olympia? I also was like legit 21, 22 years old before I realized the Starbucks logo was a mermaid with 2 tails. What the hell is that about?
It's memorable.
It is memorable, but I didn't realize that's what it was. I didn't really know. I knew it was like a lady's face, but I didn't realize it was like a siren or a mermaid.
So my first introduction to Starbucks was the second Austin Powers movie.
Yeah, me too.
I always remember that for some reason.
Yeah. That's like how they made their money in the second movies. They invested early into Starbucks. Oh my gosh. And they had the Seattle, the tower there. What the heck's it called? The Space Needle. That was their, that's where they had one of their evil layers.
Kennedy says she learned this answer from Company Man. There you go. Got to check out Company Man if you haven't. He's awesome.
He really is. All right, question number 4. What is the most consumed beverage in the U.S.? Water, coffee, carbonated soft drinks, or beer?
I feel like this is depending on where you live.
It is a very close one, but there is a clear and decisive winner. Kyle, any guesses?
I believe it's coffee.
No. So first place, carbonated soft drinks.
Really?
Beat out water by, so on average, the average United States American drinks 1.5 cans, or so 16 ounces ish of 16.5 ounces, of soda or soft drinks, and 16 ounces a day of water. So just above, and then coffee's about 12 ounces. Because you got to think, there's a lot of people like me that don't drink coffee. There's a lot of people that love coffee, but then there's a lot of people.
Honestly, I felt like the dark horse was beer. I was going to go with Joey on that and say beer.
All right, final question, round 2. Which author co-wrote the Communist Manifesto alongside Frederick Engels? Vladimir Lenin, Robert Owen, Paul Lafargue, or Karl Marx?
Well, I was gonna wait to answer, but it looks like just about everybody was going with the same answer I had. I believe it was Marx.
Yes. So I was actually going to flip it around because everyone remembers Karl Marx. Nobody remembers poor Friedrich. So I was actually going to have him as the co-writer and have Karl Marx. So I think that'd been harder. But I'll be honest, I wouldn't have known that. But I could be. Maybe I'm in the minority there. I don't know. All right, so let's see how everybody did. I was hoping I get some with Vladimir Lenin.
That was my second choice.
Yeah. I was hoping I get some people to think about that. All right, so it looks like Jackpot Jeffrey takes the lead now with 2 points. And we got a couple new people placing. So we got Dirk with 1 and Stephanie with 1 as well. So we got Dirk, Stephanie, Megan, and Brian tied for second with 1 apiece. And then we got Jackpot all by himself with 1.
Super secret bonus.
Oh, yeah. Here we go. Super secret bonus. So, guys.
All right, can we just talk about how cool of a name Jackpot Jeffrey is?
Yeah.
It's like a mix between a casino and Toys R Us. Like Jeffrey the giraffe and a jackpot. That's what I think of.
Yeah, something like that.
It's just a cool name.
All right, so just so you guys know, super secret bonuses. Only one person gets a point, so only one winner. Whoever gets it first and correct gets the point. So I'll let you say it, Kyle.
All right. Which of these songs did Jimi Hendrix cover? Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band, House of the Rising Sun, all of them, or All Along the Watchtower?
So I knew I'd get a few people with All Along the Watchtower because obviously that's what he's known for. That's one of his very popular. However, Jimi Hendrix actually has covered all 3 of those songs.
Say it should be all of them.
And I would actually say his House of the Rising Sun is, because I'm not like a huge Hendrix fan. I appreciate what he did. Obviously, he's very impressive. But I would say his House of the Rising Sun's really good.
I knew that and All Along the Watchtower. I wasn't sure about one, but I knew because of those 2. I was like, okay, well, it's got to be all of them.
I'll be honest, I have no idea. I've never heard of the Sgt. Pepper's one. I've heard of the song, but I've never heard of his rendition. But allegedly, he has done it. Apparently.
All right, so Bobby
gets on the board now with 1. Going into round 3.
So who's in the lead right now?
So
Jackpot's in the lead, right?
Jackpot's in the league. Then we got Brian, Megan, Dirk, Stephanie, and Bobby all with 1 apiece for second. So we got a 5-way tie for second place.
Awesome.
Bobby says, "Yay! Button smash for the win." Button mashing. That's the way to do it. See, I know a lot of people are like, "Oh, I wait and see what other people say," but okay, you might get it right, but you get the
That's
kudos
true.
for it.
All right, number 1, the mountainous Khyber Pass connects which of the 2 following countries? Oh man, I'm not even going to attempt it. Tajikistan and Kyrgyzstan, Pakistan and India and Nepal, or Afghanistan and Pakistan? Tajikistan.
So the only reason I know this is because it was in the Kite Runner, which is a book we read back in high school, which I did not enjoy the book, but I remember this for some reason is mentioned in the book.
I feel like every game too, I always get the questions where it's like some really hard to pronounce thing.
I didn't even do that one on purpose when I had you go first, because normally I go first, but
how do you pronounce that? Tajikistan
and Kyrgyzstan.
Yeah,
Kyrgyzstan. I don't know. I'm not sure.
Steph says she strongly disliked that book. We never read it. Huh. All right, number 2. On average, Americans consume 100 pounds of what per second? Sugar, donuts, cocaine, or chocolate?
I mean, any of these is, 100 pounds per second, but you're talking 300 plus million people. But
going chocolate.
Kyle's going chocolate. I really liked cocaine. I'm sure.
Oh, you know what? I think it's got to be sugar, because if it was donuts or chocolate, they both have sugar in them.
So I put that in there to fool people. It is actually chocolate.
Okay.
So sugar would actually be a lot more than that. It's probably like 100 times that amount, which is crazy.
Kind of like how beer was the dark horse on the one. I felt like cocaine was kind of the dark horse on that one right there, just because, hey, you never know.
That would have been awesome if it was. 100 pounds of coke per second. Oh my gosh.
All right, number 3. Which Greek legend flew too close to the sun? Talia, Minos, Icarus, or Hermes?
What?
I know this, and I'll wait to say how I know, because I'm guessing it's probably the same as how Dan knows.
Well, I know just from I took a lot of classes like that in college, and we learned about Icarus.
Well, as you say, we learned about it in college, but I'm thinking, you know what I'm thinking?
What?
The movie Heavyweights, where he's telling the story as they're on the hike about Icarus.
Yeah, I forgot about that. That's funny.
Oh, that's a great movie. Another one we watched way too many times as kids.
Yeah, we did. We really did.
Haven't seen it in probably 15, 20 years, but I still remember that.
So, don't want to say too much about Icarus because we have another question about Icarus. I was actually going to do one about Midas, but that might be next time.
All right, number 4. Why did Icarus's wings melt? They were made of wax, they were made of paper, they were made of gold, or they didn't melt.
Man,
What's that?
Jackpot answered that a solid 3 seconds before anyone else, which is pretty impressive. So
That
yeah,
is pretty impressive.
Icarus's wings were made of wax, which
Yep.
I know it's a Greek legend, but why the hell would you make your wings wax? That just seems extremely heavy. But I know it's more metaphorical than anything, but still, it's always bothered me. I guess making them gold wouldn't make much sense either.
Yeah,
But I don't know.
that's true.
I was trying to think of something that Greeks probably thought would melt if you got too high in the sky, and I'm like, oh, gold, of course. I don't know.
All right, here we go. Last question of we're on round 3, I think. Yeah, last question, round 3. What gaming company is not from Japan? Xbox, Sega, Nintendo, or Konami?
You know, when I think of Konami, what do you think? I always think of those shitty arcade games.
Yep.
Every time. Like, I don't think Konami's ever done anything else, but they've always done those awesome, like, shoot 'em up arcade games, like the House on Haunted Hill ones or whatever they were, and then, like,
Yep.
all those, like, crappy shoot 'em up games. They were always terrible, but we always spent a lot of money on them. So.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I think everybody got that one.
Yeah, well, that was a hard one to come up with a wrong, because, like, Xbox is kind of the outlier there.
Mm-hmm.
But I was really trying to find someone not from Japan, but, like, that people have heard of. The problem is, like, these are the only 3 that really are. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong there. So we got someone Sega.
Question about Nintendo. Did you watch Company Man's video about Nintendo?
Yeah, I did. About how
that was really interesting. How they literally, like, complete 180'd their company.
Oh yeah,
and didn't even start doing video games until the Nintendo NES.
Yeah. All right, so let's see. Now we got a little bit of a race because Megan's got a point, Bobby's got another point, and then Jackpot's got one. So Jackpot's got 3 points, Megan's got 2, Bobby's got 2, both tied for second place, and then Dirk, Stephanie, and Brian are all in third place with 1, going into round number 4. And remember,
Bobby says Icarus could have made wings out of chocolate.
I wouldn't have taken flight. I would have just eaten them. That 100 pounds a second, I definitely attribute to that. For sure. 100 pounds a second. Because if you really think about it, like, that's
amazing.
That is a mind-boggling amount of chocolate. All right, question number 1, round number 4. What type of tea do the British typically drink? White tea, red tea, green tea, or black tea? So let's see if I was talking to my wife, Stephanie, about this yesterday. I went on one of my long rants where I was talking about this. I want to see if she got it right.
I'm not a huge tea fan. Tess likes tea. It's okay.
I'm trying to get into tea. I'm trying to become Zen Dan. That's my goal. I'm trying to become zen and calm in my inner self. So I'm like, I got to drink tea.
I
And
believe it's black tea,
it is
right?
black tea. So I've read the Brits drink a crap ton of black tea because it's called English breakfast tea or
Yep.
Earl Grey tea, but the breakfast tea they a lot of times will mix with milk, which sounds disgusting.
Tess mixes. She heats up, like she'll pour milk into like one of those measuring cups, like the liquid measuring cups, and she'll heat it up, and then she pours it into like her little thermos thing, and then puts a tea bag in it.
Yeah, I want to become more like that, but I'm gonna see. All right, what is the capital of South Africa? Pretoria, Cape Town, Bloemfontein. I can't pronounce that one, or all three.
So the one thing I definitely don't like when it comes to tea, I hate chai.
I hate green tea or any kind of iced tea. So that's why
I
I'm like,
I don't mind iced tea if it's got like I don't mind just regular iced tea sometimes. Sweet tea is really good.
to me, like iced tea tastes like nothing. Why not just drink water?
I
I like
don't
water.
mind iced tea if it's got like a lemon in it, but I like it if it's got like blueberry or some kind of berry flavor in it. Is pretty good. It's gotta have a little bit of sugar though. It's got to have some kind of sweetness in it. Otherwise, eh.
So I knew about Cape Town. Yeah. So South Africa has 3 freaking capital cities. Why? Because their government's weird. But that's how they do things down there. And apparently it works for them. So,
Yeah.
All right, question number 3.
Elon Musk came out of South Africa.
Yeah. Who is the vocalist and frontman of the rock band Guns N' Roses? Slash, Kurt Cobain, Bono, or Axl Rose?
Well, I was going to wait on that one too, but I think everybody got that. So, yeah, it's definitely Axl Rose. But Slash, I believe, is the main guitarist, right?
Yeah.
He's the lead guitar.
Yeah. I'm not a Guns N' Roses fan. Never have been and probably never will be. I don't mind their music, but I find a lot of their songs like Sweet Child of Mine, don't like the song. Find it very annoying.
I can listen to like I like the opening guitar riff, and I like basically up until they get to the chorus, the Sweet Child of Mine chorus, and then after that I'm like, okay, I'm good.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I'm good after about a minute.
Yep.
Even Welcome to the Jungle. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm with you on that. All right, question number 4. What car company was originally started as a Nazi government-owned car company? Volkswagen, Saab, Fiat, or BMW? Curtis is trolling the spammers. I appreciate that, Curtis.
That's
right. All right, Kyle, do you know
out.
this one? It looks like most people got this one. So yeah, Volkswagen is actually in German called the People's Car, and it was actually started as a government-owned company. Hitler essentially wanted a car that everyone could afford, which is funny because most people still couldn't afford the car, but that was the plan originally, and that's how it started. After the war, when Germany got split into two, essentially, Volkswagen became a public company.
I figured I thought you'd get somebody with Saab.
That's what I was hoping. All right, final question. In the 2014 film Birdman, who starred as the former superhero? Or starred who as the former superhero? Tobey Maguire, Michael Keaton, Christopher Reeves, or Ben Affleck?
So I do know this. I never saw the movie, but I know it got very good reviews. I do know that. And I didn't Michael Keaton win some awards for this?
Yeah, he did. I think it was a Golden Globe, which I mean,
it kind of like revitalized his career a little bit too, because I mean he's had some pretty big movies since. Basically, he was in Spider-Man: Homecoming. He was in The Founder. They've got the new Flash movie coming out with him in it.
Very excited for that.
Oh yeah, I can't wait.
So let's see how everyone did on this. I'm curious because this might come down to time more than anything, because I think a lot of people did well in this round. So while it tallies it up here, let's see. So Brian now has 2. Jackpot takes a commanding lead with 4. Basically, we need someone else and not him to have. Basically, we need Jackpot to not place in the next 2 rounds for him to win. If he places another one, Game over.
Yep.
So, and then Evelyn has one as well. So, breakdown goes: Jackpot's got 4, Brian's got 2, Megan's got 2, and Bobby's got 2, all tied with 2 apiece for third place. And then Dirk, Evelyn, Stephanie all have 1 apiece, tied for third.
All right, going into this is 5th round, isn't it?
This is the 5th round, and then we have a bonus at the
Flying
end.
by.
So yeah, it's flying by. It's coming down to the crunch time now, peeps.
That's right.
So far,
all right, here we go.
Doing well. So
number 1, Cashmere is the wool from which kind of animal? Sheep, llama, goat, or camel?
I didn't know this. And I should, because
I think I know. I'm gonna wait to answer because I think I do know. I think Cashmere's from a goat.
A lot of people going with 2 and 3 seems to be. I'm going through real quick. I'm just scanning and seeing. I think we had a 4, so for a camel,
because wool comes from a sheep.
I
think Cashmere's a goat.
Correct. Look at you. Is there a well? Llamas don't make wool. I guess goats don't make wool. I guess really think about it, but it's apparently. I guess that's kind of how they. It's got to be some kind of, I don't know, processing technique that makes.
I'm pretty sure I heard that somewhere, like some other time about Cashmere being from a goat, and I was like really surprised by it. All right, number 2. What do you call a baby bat? A pup, a kid, a cub, or a chick?
This one I
think I actually know this one too. I'm gonna wait. Well, actually, you know what? I'm not gonna wait because most people are answering the same thing. I think it's a pup.
Where are you seeing everyone? Oh yeah, okay. They all came up on mine.
They all came up like right away on mine. I was gonna wait to answer, but then pretty much everybody else said the same thing.
Yeah, so a baby bat is a pup. A chick would have been interesting. I think that should be the X factor that nobody's talking about. But because a chick, kind of like a little baby chicken. I don't know. Is that why a chick is called a chicken? Is a chick just short for chicken? I just realized that.
That's what I always assumed, but I
never knew that.
All right, number 3. Which animal was part of a Russian domestication experiment in 1959? Pigeons, foxes, bears, or alligators?
So this was a very famous thing, and they still use it today as an example. For those who do not know, the Russians during the Cold War era the Soviet Union was really trying to domesticate other animals for various reasons, and foxes were chosen because foxes notoriously just could not be domesticated because they're very, very intelligent, but they've tried, and they were going to try with other animals like alligators and bears eventually. Right?
Can you imagine that?
But foxes kept dying. They wouldn't survive. They kept dying, or they would just not. If they would start to domesticate, they would die.
Is it because they're so good at fending for themselves?
There's a reason for it.
They just can't stand having. Having that ability.
Yeah, having an owner, I guess. I don't know.
All right, number 4. Who developed vulcanized rubber? Timothy Michelin, Soho Yokomata, John Firestone, or Charles Goodyear? I think it was Goodyear. I think they were the originator.
So Charles Goodyear is the only real name on here. The other 3 are just tire names I just threw names in front of. But yes, Charles Goodyear was the one who developed vulcanized rubber, because before that, rubber was not a structurally sound material. So what he found out, and it was a complete accident. He had put his normal serum he got together with rubber, and it wasn't working, and then he heated it up. He accidentally threw it on his frying pan when he was cooking food, and it vulcanized it, or made it extremely tough, and that's how he came out with tires and stuff.
Fun fact: do you know where Goodyear is headquartered?
Is it Cleveland?
Akron.
Yeah, okay.
That was the other than LeBron coming out of Akron. That's the other thing that Akron is famous for. Number 5. Which animal is not classified as a mammal? A whale, a stingray, manatee, or a dolphin?
So I think a lot of people would get this one. This one I put in, honestly, more as a speed one. See how quickly I like to do ones like that sometimes, where a lot of people are going to get it.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. I like to throw those ones in too because
I gotta be honest. I don't know if I would have gotten it. Science and things like that, like not my forte.
Yeah.
I don't know if I would have gotten it. I probably would have, but I don't know.
That's fair. I had to double check. I'm going to be honest. I had to double check to make sure stingray was not a mammal, but I'm like, no, I don't think so. According to oceanographers, they are not.
Oh, interesting. Okay, Jackpot did not place this
Ooh,
round.
That was
Megan, I think, had 2 before, right?
Yeah. So Evelyn has 2 now. Let's see, Mama S has 1, and then Megan gets bumped up.
So it's gonna come down to the bonus.
It's coming down to the bonus. So we have Jackpot's got 4, Megan's got 3, Brian's got 2, Bobby's got 2, and Evelyn's got 2. And then Mama S, Stephanie, Dirk all have 1.
I'll try to come up with an extra bonus just in case.
Secondary bonus just in case. Remember, first one to get it right. First one to get it correctly. Only one person can get the point for the bonus. So, without further ado, what is the largest unreinforced concrete dome in the world? Windsor Castle, the Roman Pantheon, the Globe Theater, or Notre Dame? I like how it's called Notre Dame in Paris, and then we have like colleges and high schools that are just Notre Dame. In the US, like, Notre Dame.
So Jackpot and Megan both going with different answers.
What do we got? So Jackpot's going with Notre Dame. What did Megan go with? She went with the Roman Pantheon. So the Roman Pantheon is correct. It is the largest unreinforced concrete dome in the world still. It's over 2,000 years old, which is amazing. However, fun fact, concrete gets stronger as it ages. So in theory, it's actually like one of the strongest structures out there still.
It does look like, so it looks like Bobby's going to get that because, is that right? Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah,
So
I was going to say Bobby looks like was first. So Bobby's actually going to get the point for that.
Which bumps Bobby, ironically, that bumps Bobby tied with Megan for second. So we do have a winner still. Looks like Jackpot came out like a lightning bolt. Took 4 points very quickly.
Yep.
Had a good
hung on at the end to win it.
Yeah. So congratulations to Jackpot Jeffrey. In second place we have Megan and Bobby, and then third place we have Brian and Evelyn, and then fourth place Stephanie, Dirk, and Mama S. So guys, thank you so much for playing. We will see you on Wednesday. I think we're doing logos. I think we're going to do logos on Wednesday. So guys, same time, 9:30 p.m. Eastern on Wednesday. If you haven't already, the links in the description for all the different social medias. We're going to be posting a ton of stuff on there. And then, like we said, if we get the rendering of the app and the website and everything, we'll share that with you guys on Wednesday so you can see. We'll be launching that. The goal is about a month from now. So that's the goal, and we'll be able to start rewarding people that win and doing like in-game prizes and cool stuff like that. So it's gonna be pretty awesome. It's gonna be a lot of fun. So absolutely, guys. Thank you so much. We'll see you again on Wednesday, same time, same place. Have a good night.